Industry has always been really important to Fisherman's Bend, and there are not that many places that close to the city where you can experiment in this way with a bunch of like-minded people. My name is Linda Catalano, and I'm the founder and creative producer and executive for Quiet Riot. My parents immigrated to Australia, and I'm a first-generation Australian, and I didn't see many of those voices on stages and on screens and in public space. And as I came up and worked for major arts institutions and all of those other sorts of things, I noticed that there was a gap. And so Quiet Riot is designed to fill that gap and promote the kind of work that I don't think that there is enough of. What I noticed in my work as a producer is that the creative industries can be very wasteful. And so I wanted to find a way to get work up and power it in a way that was sustainable. And so I started thinking about power, and I was visiting Berlin, and I noticed that there were these nightclubs that had kinetically powered dance floors, and that the technology was very new, but just people dancing wasn't enough to power them. And so I started thinking about what it meant to power something, literally and also emotionally. The Power Move dance floor is a comment on environmentalism. Like, there's a challenge that I put out to the people of Melbourne, like, can we make enough power to power the dance floor, or how much power can we make? But then I also started thinking about like collective action and what it means when we come together as a group and how powerful we can be, and what it means to move together. When I was thinking about this project, I was also thinking about like the invitation in public space. Like, a dance floor is really easy to understand. The offer is really clear. You don't need language. Every culture has a form of dance. Anyone of any ability can move or be involved in movement or feel vibration. And so I really wanted to think about power in all of those ways. Power as people, the power that we have as energy. And then what happens if you take this thing that's underground in nightclubs, but you put it in the middle of a public space? What does that mean? And so the first part was the kinetic tiles, and trying to make them so that we could measure the energy that we were making when we danced. And so I worked with my brilliant friend and collaborator, Paul Lim, on designing the kind of technical aspects of the dance floor. And that was where like the FB Idea support was instrumental, because without that we wouldn't have been able to put the dance floor out and test it and really look at how the components could fit together and work together, and how the engineering for the underfloor was going to work. So there was a lot of work in the lead up to concepting, and then obviously putting it all out and laying it out, and then working with incredible street artist Drez on the visual design. And then I worked with immersive designer Justin Dwyer on the screen content and designing that so that we could see on the screens the energy that we were generating. So that research and development and design and test phase was all supported by FB Ideas. It's been really joyous to see this thing that was in my head come together, and to, yes, measure the energy that we're making as we go in each of those segments, but also to see people come together and create energy through community. It's that really lovely outcome, I suppose, that I really wanted. That sense that, like, if you work in a way with circular energy and circular economy, you get so much more than just the funds out of it. You get community working together out of it, and that's what I really want with Quiet Riot, to have that impact. You know, people come and they dance, but once they understand that they're making energy quite literally, it creates another conversation. So you come and you dance and you have a good time, but you also think about a whole range of other things when you leave that space. It's even better than what I thought it was in concept stage, because you can't do that unless you have space, money and time to flesh the ideas out further. So that kind of seed money that FB Ideas gave the project really helped to bring it to life. Gee, I talk a lot.